Welcome to Unhinged Magi! Oh man, you know what's fun? Opening something and having something else come out. Yep. Remember when I got my scam pack from Alpha?
Oh, yes.
That was so not fun.
Were you talking about the $10,000 beta one that beta. Was like a 3-pack?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was devastating. You were upset.
I was actually happier when I opened up the beta starter with the commons in it. Because that's a legit pack that I got. Remember?
Yeah, nobody screwed you.
Nobody.
When we were at Rudy's store a while ago, which is actually I think his most famous video still.
Yeah. Yes. But I wasn't even upset because it was a real pack.
Yep.
Right? But then when I got screwed over, that hurt. Anytime you get screwed over by someone or stolen from or scammed from, it hurts.
And there's a video that came out a while ago. Most of you have probably already heard about this topic and seen it. This is Logan Paul.
Oh my god!
And he bought a sealed Pokemon case with I think 6 booster boxes in it.
Yep.
And he paid $3.5 million for it. And
crazy.
It turned out to be fake,
which is horrid. Oh my gosh.
It's hard, honestly, for me to imagine what it must have felt like in that position to go through that, because I was in proximity of you experiencing it for $10,000.
Yeah.
That was $3.5 million. And honestly, he handled it. I gotta give him credit. Yeah. He handled it way better
really well.
Than I would have handled it.
Oh yeah.
I probably would have been throwing things, angry or in tears, something like that.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So I'll just take you through a couple pictures from the video here. He showed the box that they were actually opening. Let me see if I can find it.
The fact that it was graded. It was actually observed to be an authentic box.
Yeah, so in the video here, you can see a picture of the actual box. And it was authenticated by, I think, it's a company that doesn't even do gaming cards all the time. It's like BBCE or something like that.
Usually does sports.
And so they authenticated this box and they put their own seal around it, basically saying that we certify that this thing is true. And you can see a picture of it right here. Well, something to know about it is that label that was placed over the box, that's the stop tape. Yeah. You guys might have heard Rudy from Alpha Investments talk about how the stop tape really doesn't tell you anything. You can see it down here in the video, that Wizards of the Coast stop tape. Rudy at one point was able to actually find a stop tape roll. And he showed it on his channel, here's a whole stop tape roll.
You can actually buy it from Uline.
Yeah. Yeah, so that doesn't authenticate anything. Yeah. And there's a point in this video where the BBC guy is talking about it, and he's showing how there is he's moving his hand over the stop tape on there, being here is the tape that came from Wizards of the Coast. And then he zooms in on the label here and talks about how it's got the wear lines that are built into the box as well. But then after they open the box, the Pokemon cards seem to come out at first, but then notice the boxes didn't look right.
Yep.
And then very quickly afterwards, they realized that the boxes were actually filled with G.I. Joe cards.
Oh my God, the G.I. Joe.
Yeah, and you can actually see it here on the video. You can see G.I. Joe cards spilled all over the table.
G.I. Joe, and it's just
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't. It's sad, but I loved how he ended the video.
Yeah, they actually put humor in it.
They did.
Props to them, man. That would have been where I'm at.
Man, that would hurt.
No, there was a mention in the video that Logan thought that he bought it from another guy that's in that video.
That he's in the video. They got a picture of him.
Yeah, he sold it to Logan. He bought it for $2.7 million. Then he sold it to Logan for $3.5 million.
Yeah.
And Logan said, I'm assuming I'm going to get my refund from, you.
Yeah.
And then now that guy's got to go try to get his refund. So this may echo down the chain. I don't know how the whole thing has turned out. But it does start to bring some other questions in about what kind of backup insurance. Who is the person taking the risk if a box like this is actually opened?
Yeah, I know. True, right?
Yeah.
If I sell my $3 million Alpha starter brick to someone, I think I would be the one taking the fall. Yeah. I bought it from Troll and Toad. I know it's an authentic. I believe it to be authentic because I bought it from the store, right?
Yeah.
And I've already opened up the beta booster box, which actually we opened on the channel.
Yeah.
And then it was actually a legit box from Wizards of the Coast. So everything seems to line up. But let's say my Alpha Starter brick is filled with G.I. Joe.
Well, I think what you said is valid, and it's probably the best way to handle it because, you paid way, way less for that box. And so your profit margin is so large on it, and you were the guy that bought the box. So you taking the loss is better than someone else paying, the $3 million and then eating all that loss.
Exactly. Well, let's say I paid like millions of dollars for it. Let's say I paid like 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Now I didn't. I didn't even come close to that. But let's say I paid that much.
Yeah.
It would be hard for me to eat that.
Exactly. Because that's just too much money to eat on a loss. So now if you sell that alpha box for like $3 million and you tell the buyer, hey, if we open this up and it's not real, I'll eat that loss. That's a huge boost of confidence to the buyer. Yeah. Because they could basically be like, I'm going to get my $3 million back from Dan if this.
I have no problem with eating that loss. That would be not a problem.
That's pretty big, actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
But Logan Paul isn't in that seat, so I'm curious to follow this and figure out what actually happened to him. Like, does he get any of his money back?
I'm sure he got his money back. That to me, because that guy even stated in the video, that's a verbal contract binding thing, because it's in the video, he's going to make him whole, which just makes sense.
Well, the guy who sold it to him didn't say he's going to. He said, and I'm assuming you're going to pay me back.
Well, no, that's off in the beginning.
This is the guy who sold it to Logan Paul for $3.5 million, and he bought it for $2.7 million.
But they say it he says it off in the beginning, right?
That he would eat the loss?
That he was going to eat the loss.
Okay, I missed that.
I thought that's what he said.
Yeah, so the face that Logan makes right here, where it's this is several minutes after, they've actually cracked the box open.
Yep.
And it's it's still hitting him what just happened.
Yeah.
He's still coming to terms with the fact that what he thought he had 11 first edition boxes and it's only 5 because the 6 that were in the sealed case are just not real.
I know, it's hard to believe, right? I mean, it's just gone. It's gone right at that second.
Yeah. And they also mentioned that this is a big loss for the Pokemon community, and I'm glad that they said that because I think that's legit. Because the people who love and care about Pokemon, it's the highest end of what's out there, collectible and dollar value wise, is a big deal. And there's a sense there that this didn't just happen to Logan Paul. This kind of happened to the Pokemon community.
Yeah, it's like a big kick.
And what does this actually mean for authenticating boxes? Now, what I'm really glad of, there was videos by several YouTubers beforehand saying, hey man, I don't trust this box and here's reasons why.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that exists.
Me too, because that shows how to actually authenticate it. They didn't authenticate it correctly, obviously.
Yeah.
However, maybe it's almost impossible to authenticate a case.
Well, clearly, that's all these other guys had to go on. All they could look at was the case, and they were able to pick out things and say, I don't think it's real based on that. And in fact, the whole reason Logan Paul went to this thing and brought those guys back in is because he heard people saying, I think this thing's fake.
Yep.
So, they had as much to go on as the guy. In fact, probably less, because the guys at BBC got to actually even hold it and see it up close. These other guys just saw it on video.
Exactly.
And they're like, it's fake. But I'm saying it's good that people out there were able to say it's fake, because hopefully that means
experts out there.
Yeah, you can actually. There's a way to tell.
There's some Tavises.
Yeah, there's some Tavis Kings out there in the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, guys! This is. I didn't enjoy seeing this at all. I didn't watch this video and laugh or enjoy myself. It was my heart honestly just went out.
Yeah, it was shocking because I've not been there in that value town, but I have been there.
Yeah.
So I know.
Well, you might find yourself in this situation if you ever sell that alpha box.
Not really. No.
No. I don't mean that you're going to turn out it's fake. I mean, sitting there in a room around with a bunch of people looking at it is it real? Is it real? Is it real? You might have that moment.
I won't have that moment, but I'll have the moment of them opening it, and that'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
I would be enjoying that. It's going to be so exquisite. Well, they might not even open it. There you go. And then they hold it.
Yeah. So, and by the way, like final note before we end this video, we've mentioned several times that we think his alpha starter brick might be the only alpha starter brick ever to exist in the world.
Yeah.
If that's not true, someone please let us know.
Yeah, just put it in the comment section below. Yes, I know another person who has an alpha brick, and tell me why you believe it's an alpha brick, how you analyzed it. Did you compare it to a beta starter brick? Because remember, beta starter bricks are lighter than alpha bricks.
And also, the email for Unhinged Magi is right below in this video description. So you can actually email us if you guys like have like a line on another alpha brick somewhere. But yeah, we're very curious to find out because, like, I mean, you literally might be like the magic equivalent of what Logan Paul just did. That might happen someday for you. Like, not like that it's, again, not that it's fake, but that you're going to be in a situation, cameras all around you, ready to open it, the world watching, and here's like a $3 million alpha starter brick. Yeah. Which, by the way, I think, honestly, is a bigger deal than Pokemon because Magic came first. It was the first collectible card game, and Alpha was the first box that ever existed.
It'll be fun.
Anyways.
I would totally be excited.
Anyways, yeah, so this was crazy news, you guys, so it was interesting for us to watch this. So yeah, comments below, please.
But yeah, he handled it really well. I still love the ending. That was just, I was surprised they put that at the end of the video.
Yeah, big props to you, Logan Paul, for the way you handled that loss. That was better than I would have done.
Yeah.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye everyone.